Hi, Filoni Smokery, and I was watching The Five on Fox News, and I don't usually watch The Five because basically Juan Williams is on there, and I just find him insufferable, and but this one is truly takes the cake. It, I have to question the whole direction where Fox News is going since Disney bought them. They've hired Donna Brazil. I mean, you got to be kidding. And then Juan was always a throwing leftist in the program, but now he's actually taken more of a center role, and his comments are starting to get outrageous to a point where I just can't watch it anymore. But I did watch this, and they're just listen to what he says, okay, Juan Williams. And this is all about Trudeau Blackface and how he turns it around. He turns it around, and not only against Trump, but also against the GOP. It's just kind of hilarious. You got to watch this.
No, I think that's a different dynamic, Jesse. I think
it's a different dynamic when it's a different political party.
Yeah, in this country, for sure. You kidding? That's why you're asking the question.
But why do you think that is?
Because I think Republicans, especially with this president, have a difficult history and a different path when it comes to race. Governor Ivey of
Well, I don't know if it was the Republican Party one that freed the slaves. Let's just be honest about the history.
Ivey of Alabama just had one of these incidents. She's still in office.
Okay, well, I would.
I don't know. That's ridiculous. So they turned it around. Trudeau wears blackface, and it's Trump who's the racist, and it's the GOP who are the racists, because the GOP are just full of people wearing blackface. Just unbelievable. So I started digging in a little bit, and I don't know if you know anything about the Dixiecrats. It's a very little known, very few people know about this group, but I looked them up, following this rewrite of history that Juan is trying to do, and they've already been rewriting history there for a while. Now, the Dixiecrats were a political organization in the summer of 1948 by the conservative white Southern Democrats. I'm still happy that they threw in the Democrats, in there, but the conservative wing of the right Democrats, no. What the Dixiecrats were trying to bring back the old Democrats. That's what they were trying to do. And it's amazing how they just subtly changed it and tried to pin it now as a right-wing movement. I'm going to go down the list a little bit. Sorry if it's scrolling. Look at what they say over here. This is from The New Yorker. And it's a little dated, 2013. GOP Dixiecrat problem. 65 years ago, the Dixiecrats spearheaded a movement towards the GOP. That is totally inaccurate. If you look at the Democrat whole history of slavery, of the Ku Klux Klan, of Jim Crow laws, of segregation, they did not spearhead towards the GOP. The Dixiecrats spearheaded back to the original Democrats. And it's amazing that how they're writing it these days. Now here's another one. How many of them turned Republican. Yes, Democrats of old were racist. They got phased out as the party when years went along, and the Democrats became the party that embraced tolerance. You telling me that the Democrats today embrace tolerance? They just switched their target. That's all they did. They're still targeting people. They're still trying to villainize people, right? They just switched targets. You can guess who the new targets are, right? Republicans do not want segregation. What we want is a smaller. We want government out of our lives. We want a smaller government, right? We don't want government controlling everything, because they do a lousy job. First of all. I mean, look at many schools and districts in the United States held by Democrats. They're terrible. They're terrible. They're in terrible condition. So that's what we don't want. It doesn't mean that we're racist. It means that we just don't want big government. But they're changing the narrative, and pretty soon Pretty soon, the history is going to say that Abraham Lincoln was a Democrat and Booth was a Republican. I mean, they're just rewriting history. It got to kind of put a stop to this. Thanks for watching.